Hello and welcome to another episode of XPOD. Keeping up with our promise, this is going to be a bit of a cray-cray episode because we have a Bollywood actress with us on this particular show. Now, she's been a part of Bollywood for some time and she has a strong lineup coming ahead. But what brings her to this show and makes her our obvious choice is the fact that she's a yoga and fitness enthusiast herself. She practices the Ayurveda way of living and she advocates mental health. So basically, she's all things that we love at HRX. Welcoming Sonnalli Seygall. Hi, Sonnalli.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Very well. You look tall and status and stunning.
I am tall.
I can intuitively say that we're going to have a lot of fun on this particular episode.
Yeah.
First question, Sonnalli, why do you have so many twin letters in your name? What is this secret sauce? Is it numerology, astrology, or it just makes you lucky?
I mean, of course, it's numerology, and I somewhere feel that I didn't really have a say in that. So it's literally like I walked into the house and one day my mom says that from today your name is going to be this. So she and we both do believe in astrology and stuff a lot. And I gave it a shot when I tried it. And I said, okay, let's see, because I do believe that the world works on energy and vibrations. Like every letter, every number has an energy and a vibration. So I gave it a shot and it's worked out pretty well for me. No complaints
Awesome.
there.
So there is somebody who believes in manifestations and vibrations.
Absolutely.
And before we get into anything else, Sonnalli, so you've been a part of Bollywood and you have a very strong lineup ahead, so much so that you have something coming soon with Nawazuddin Siddiqui. As a female artist, my first question to you is, what do you think are the perils, perks, and just the good part and the ugly part of being a part of this industry as a female artist?
See, I mean, I don't look at it struggles for a female or struggles for a male. I think struggles are struggles. I don't like to allot a gender to them. For me, I think it's just that our industry is a bit inconsistent. And for everybody, whether you're starting out or you've done 100 films, there's always that factor of unpredictability.
Right.
So I think if you don't have the patience to sort of stick around or to wait around for the kind of work you want to do, it can be a deterrent. It's an environment sometimes which can take a toll on your mental health.
Right.
So I think that's again a downside, that you really have to constantly keep working. In fact, I feel in today's day and age, everybody has to. But I think in our industry, we need to work slightly harder on our mental health and taking care of it.
Absolutely. I think particularly in this season of XPOD, everybody who has kind of raised our couch has emphasized the importance of being in great mental health along with physical health. Well, so Sonnalli, you pointed out something very, very pertinent. This is what leads me to my next question. Being fit needs to be at the kernel of an artist's being, right? Physically, mentally, skin, hair, all of that. How do you manage that, especially when you work long hours at a stretch, 100+ hours and stuff like that? Like, how do you ensure that you're looking fresh and energetic and you're in top shape?
I think it's very important. In fact, the most important thing is what you put inside your body. So I make sure that, of course, I cheat and I eat the dirty things once in a while. But, when the going gets tough, then I put better ingredients in my body. And what you put inside is what's going to show. So I make sure that I hydrate myself, drink lots of water. And I know it may sound boring to most people, ki kitna pani piye, but the thing is, water really is the answer to, I would say, 70% of our problems, whether it's skin, hair, how you're feeling, in fact, even your moods get better with enough water if you're hydrated. So I drink enough water, I eat my veggies, I eat well, I try and squeeze in meditation, I try and deep breathe and things like that. And I think that's pretty much it. It's quite basic.
So you practice yoga.
Yeah.
And you're an advocate. Like, you talk about the importance of yoga, you convey, you educate people.
Yes.
What level of yoga do you practice yourself and what kind of yoga?
So I've been practicing since I was a kid. And thanks to my mom again. So when I was in Calcutta, I'm from Calcutta, I started with the Bihar School of Yoga. They used to come in Calcutta every summers and they used to teach us yoga. And the sad part is that even then, they were not Indians who were teaching us. They were the Westerners who had come, learnt yoga, और हमें ही वापस सिखा रहे थे, which till date I find it ironical and sad and unfortunate, and I feel now still people are catching up to it. But even till, I would say 5 years ago, till 10 years ago, it was a boring form. Now it's become like cool with...
Suddenly it's glamorous.
Yeah, I think it's when Madonna started doing yoga that India sort of got up and took notice, and now so many people do it, right? So for me, that's where my journey started. It's a lifestyle for me. Even if I don't physically practice the asanas every day, I do it at least 3 to 4 times a week. But my yoga lifestyle, my thoughts, my meditation is every day. And I strongly, as you said, advocate it, and I recommend it to everybody. And I say, and I think it's something that I truly believe in. I feel like yoga is a poor man's Botox. Like, आप
Very
जिस
well
दिन से
said.
yoga करना शुरू करोगे, it literally starts reverse aging you from that day. So it doesn't matter how old you are, whether you're 20 years old or 40, 45 years old, you can start yoga today and you will age way slower. Yeah.
Poor man's Botox is yoga, is what we hear from Sonnalli. Along with that, another interesting question coming your way, Sonnalli. We already spoke about hair, skincare, and nourishment from inside out. You have to share with us, spill some beans about what you do, your 5 top hacks in terms of taking care of yourself, in terms of eating good, the recipes, or whatever you may want to share, the top 5 hacks.
Top would be to put a lot of raw food in your body or semi-cooked food, like a lot of raw greens, whether it's green juices, semi-cooked veggies, but raw, not after 6 p.m. I have too many rules in my life. So 6 baje ke baad kha rahe ho, so semi-cooked veggies, but basically a lot of veggies in your body. So that's one. Two would be to have about a 200 ml of hot water. It could be a green tea, it could be a herbal tea, it could be just hot water with lemon after every heavy meal, but not immediately, after at least 45 minutes. It's going to melt all your dirty fat away. It's going to help you digest better. My third tip would be to do some sort of movement every day. If you can do a proper workout, like a 1 hour, 45 minutes to 1 hour sweaty workout, great. But if you can't, be active, get up. Nowadays, we have these watches to tell us, that's time to get up, do that, but just basically just move, whether it's dance. My mom does that. Like, I'm so proud of her.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like there are she's a working mother and she has really tough hours, but there'll be days she'll be like, "Aaj meri yoga nahi hui," so I just put on some music and I danced.
Dance
I think
your
that's
heart out.
great. Yeah, for people who love dancing, I think you should do that. It uplifts your mood and everything. Fourth, to really do things that make you happy. Just like in this whole hustle and bustle of this life that we are in, simple pleasures. Like for me, it's sitting with my coffee in front of my favorite show on TV with my dogs and watching my favorite show. Just being on my bed, So it really gives, it's like meditation for me. So I think find that what it is for you.
But
It
it's
could
also
be
downtime. It's like unwinding and
yeah,
it's an
me
expression
time.
of self-love in a way.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Absolutely rightly said. It is self-love. In fact, if I get an important phone call or if my help wants to talk to me at that point, I'll be like, not right now. I said, right now, I'm watching and I'm doing this. Let me do it. I'll pause it and then we'll continue. So yeah, I think that's most important. And fifth would be meditation. Meditation for everything. You have a skin problem, meditate. You have a hair fall problem, meditate. You want to grow in life, meditate. Just meditate. Yeah.
Wow. So how long do you meditate in a day?
So my minimum is 20 minutes. There are days when I just do like a 7 to 10 minute if my call time is 4 o'clock. तो मैं सुबह से 5 या 7 minute करूँगी, then I'll do it again. But on most days, it's about 40 minutes.
Whoa, so that segment called Expert Talk had all of Sonnalli's secrets wrapped into one. आपने उनसे सुनी लिया कि सारी अच्छी बातें जो वो अपनी लाइफ में इनकॉर्पोरेट करती हैं और इसीलिए ऐसे दिखती हैं. सोनाली, आप एक पैजेंट विनर हो. हम टीवी पे देखते हैं प्रेपरेशन एंड रियलिटी शोज कि क्या होता है बिहाइंड द सीन्स, लड़कियां क्या करती हैं, कैसे प्रिपेयर करती हैं. कुछ स्टैंडर्ड्स ऐसे सेट हो जाते हैं जो लोगों के, स्पेशली इन केस ऑफ यंग गर्ल्स, दे काइंड ऑफ leave with a certain kind of impression. What was your experience with a life pageant and preparing for it and being there?
It's one of the most beautiful feelings, especially the international one. I'm going to lead with that because to be called India for a whole month is great because जब आप वहाँ पे पहुँच जाते हो, you're only called, hey, India. It's names here because it's different countries.
I just got goosebumps.
Yeah, I know. I had that feeling when I first
Yeah.
walked into the room. And in fact, in all these international pageants, Indian girls are really like the Miss India is really waited for with bated breath. Ki is bar India se kaun aayi hai? At least in my time, that was the reaction. And it was great because I still remember that feeling when I walked into the room and it was like, oh, India is here. And everybody, sort of looked around. So I think that's a very proud feeling. I'm a die-hard patriot. chaotic. And for me, that was the most beautiful takeaway for me. But of course, there's a lot of hard work. I think hard work ke bina to aap kahin bhi survive nahi kar sakte. I mean, everyone here behind the scenes, everyone works hard. It's just that, yes, there are different things that, you sort of take care of. Or us time pe itni knowledge bhi nahi hoti hai, because I guess most of us are starting out when we start with the pageant. So it's good to have that expertise from different, fields. Like for me, I remember having my first few sessions with Dr. Jamuna Pai, who's actually still my dermat now. And, to get those tips, or whether it's your diction. So you learn a lot of things. Some stay, some you feel are redundant, but it all helps you eventually. Yeah.
It's a beautiful learning ground. I mean, for all those young girls who aspire to hit the pageants, please approach it with the idea of learning and picking up new skills, right?
Well said, yeah.
Somewhere I have read about you that you really love traveling and you're very passionate about traveling. And how do you make time for personal travel? And what kind of places do you visit? Who do you travel with? What are some of your best travel memories? Please share.
So can I share something very, which maybe many people don't know about, and maybe it's the first time I'm publicly admitting. My friends know it. So I've started traveling only recently. And the reason for that is I used to save money before that. So I never came from a thing that you make money and you spend it on travel. मेरे लिए वो बहुत बड़ी बात होती थी, like, oh, उस पे पैसे नहीं. It was like I came from that mindset. Then I started traveling only for work, of course. Fortunately, my work took me everywhere. And then I made it a point to sort of stay back and explore. It's since, I would say, 2 years, or as recent as 2 or 3 years maximum. Actually, pre-COVID, so maybe 3 years. I was like, you know what? I gotta get out of that mindset, because travel is one of the things that you can actually invest your money in a good way. And, I'm doing pretty well for myself, and I can invest that money there. So why not?
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the best decisions. So yes, now I travel, and fortunately my work takes me everywhere, and now people invite me and I travel, and I don't let go of any opportunity. So I keep exploring. And this year and I like to take, my favorite travel partner is my mom again.
Wow.
I love.
It's a beautiful relationship and a beautiful companion.
It is, touch wood. And it's her dream to travel the world. So I'm sort of helping her live it with me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You can't have a better travel companian than your mother.
Oh, she's lovely. She's super fun.
Yeah, right from being the perfect roommate to being everything just right.
A perfect roommate, not sure, because I have to keep it clean then. But
well, living up to mama's expectations is always tough, but there's somebody perpetually taking care of you.
Just that part aside, yes, she's the perfect roommate.
Okay. Technically, the last question for this particular segment, but it's going to be a slightly heavier one. Being an actor and being a very a part of the core media and entertainment fraternity, your lives are pretty much exposed.
Yeah.
You're on social media. I mean, and social media comes with its own pressures and perils. Trolling is something which comes naturally, it kind of hits celebrities naturally. Have you ever been trolled, and has that taken a toll on you? And if yes, how have you kind of balanced yourself and reconstructed yourself back?
So many times. I think, don't we all, like, whether celebrity or not, I think it's very sad to see, but yeah, so many people hide behind social media and they think it's okay to just puke.
Yeah, just comment on what you're wearing or how you are.
It's just inner frustrations coming out. I really believe that if you are mentally sick, and I give them that love and light. Because if you are suffering from insecurities or frustrations, or if you're not happy with where your life is, you will troll others. It's as basic. That's how life works. What we hate in others is what we are basically lacking in ourselves. So that's what it is. And I don't like to give it much air. It used to bother me initially, very initially. I mean, simply because it bothered my family, it bothered my mom, it bothered my Masi, because, they are protective of me and they don't understand this world.
Yeah.
Now they still do. I have, prepped my mom, but earlier they didn't understand this world. So they don't know why a stranger is writing such horrible things under their daughter's
and why
picture.
commenting on anything which is personal to you or me. Or
not only that, just like whatever shit they want to write. So it used to, now not anymore. It doesn't, it's literally a neutral space for me. It doesn't irk me. Obviously, it doesn't make me happy. There's nothing. But sometimes, like recently I was trolled for something and I thought of going out and speaking about it. But then I was like, why am I wasting my time and energy? But maybe when the time comes, I would like to talk about it, and that it's really not anyone's business to make a comment on so many things. But bother, no, it doesn't bother me. I feel like giving them a piece of my mind,
Yeah.
but then, it comes from the space of, I wish I could educate them that, hello, this is not what this is about. This is the reality. Open your eyes. Don't live in your cocoon. So it's more about that. Yeah,
Doesn't
nothing
bother you as much. Doesn't hit you
bother.
hard anymore.
Not at all.
Great. That's a great sign of evolution. I think at a very, very human level, all of us should become immune to all these kind of comments. And
Have to, right?
promise the last question of this segment.
That's fine.
Your work demands switching roles, switching characters, hopping from one place to another, and then there is so much more to take care of. Consciously, how do you work on your mental stability? What are the things that you do which kind of keep you very, very rooted and centered?
So, of course, I'm not going to talk about meditation because that's a given. I think another thing that really helps me is awareness. So I do know that I can't be my best version of myself 24 hours. There will be days that I will have my dark moments. Where I will snap for a coffee, where my needs wouldn't be met, or where I might be PMSing. It could be anything, or I could be having a down day. For me, that stability, how I strive for stability is just being aware. Once I'm aware, I don't have to project it on anybody. So I'll accept it, I will soak it in, and I will not hate myself for it, and I will let it pass. So at least it doesn't get carried forward. It doesn't get projected on other people or on bringing them down, because I think that's also a circle. Like you leave your house in the morning, you're in a great mood. But then your building guard does something annoying, right? He speaks to you badly.
Dominoes.
Exactly, right? That happened. And you let it affect you, and then you put it on.
Correct.
So I think my duty and my responsibility to myself and to this world, without getting it too deep, is to just take care and be aware of what I am putting out there. And I think that itself is a centering exercise all day long.
Very beautifully said. And yet again, we at HRX believe that you can only become a best version of yourself if you agree to staying a work in progress.
Nice.
You
I like
have
that.
to constantly work on yourself every day, every moment. Being aware helps you becoming better, and that awareness kind of manifests into everything that's beautiful, or beautifully can be you of tomorrow. Thank you, Sonnalli. This was wonderful. And like I promised, this is going to be an excellent episode where we will deep dive into what Sonnalli does personally for her well-being.
Deep dive we did.
Deep dive in and spill in some beans about her personal secrets. So did we. Right from agreeing to being on XPOD to being here with us and sharing so much of her personal secrets, personal life, and opening up to us, Sonnalli has done wonderfully well for us at XPOD, and we can't let her go empty-handed. So here is a little gift hamper from our official gift sponsor, Prestige Identity. Sonnalli, this is for you.
Oh my God.
Please take it back home and enjoy this.
I will. Thanks.
For our viewers, audience, and listeners, your parting words, please.
Thank you for having me. I think I can never get enough about talking about health, fitness, and this was truly fun for me. And I hope that you guys do much more of this stuff.
Thank you yet again. At HRX, we value every such experience and every such expert who brings in value to our listeners and followers by trying to make a small difference to their lives. Like I said, keep working towards becoming the best version of yourself. So keep going, and thank you.